Hi guys, Kai here and welcome back to episode 6 of the FIFA 20 My Player Career with Mason Greenwood. A quick look at the league table. As you can see, we have started the season pretty decently, but Liverpool running away with it right now. 15 games played in, they've won every single game, so we need them to lose some points, otherwise we're going to have no chance of winning this Premier League title. We do have Manchester City in this first game. We're already in December, guys, so almost halfway through the series already. Remember, we're only doing one season with Mason Greenwood, trying to get him as high as possible with his overall rating, and obviously try and get him some silverware as well. We've done really well in the Europa League group stages too, so we should be into the knockout rounds. We will have a look at the group stage standings in today's episode as well. I think we may have Europa League after this Manchester City game. But let's see how we get on then. The first game of today's episode. I do apologise for not getting this one up a little bit earlier. I had a few technical issues last night, so I couldn't get the voice recorded for it. So I've had to wait till this morning. So I'm getting it done now, and obviously by the time it's up, it will be all good and gravy. Well, let's try and get this first goal of today's game. 4 minutes gone. A few pieces of action either side, but here's a chance for United. The shot was blocked there from Mason Greenwood's effort, and Delafeu, his effort wasn't really troubling anybody, was it there? It actually took a deflection. So it is going to be a Manchester United corner. 5.9 match rating for Greenwood. That goes towards the near post, but it is headed clear. And is it going to roll out of play? I think it did roll out of play there. As we approach half time then, and it is still goalless here at the Etihad Stadium in the Manchester derby. But it is United on the attack right now. Delafeu laying that one back towards Mason Greenwood. All the United players are pushing forward. Space there. Nicely played through from Greenwood to Delafeu, but Delafeu's shot hits Ederson and cleared away for a throw. But really, you would have been expecting Delafeu to be banging that one away, especially in the form that he's been in so far this season since joining Manchester United. But as you can see in the top right, 4.6 match rating for Greenwood. That needs to improve, especially if we're going to be staying on the pitch for the full 90 minutes. If it stays like that, I think he'll be substituted soon. But here is Greenwood, plays the ball through. Is that Anthony Martial? It is indeed. A chance. Oh, he's been taken down in the area. And he is the last man. Surely he's going to see red here. It is going to be a penalty to Manchester United. So a good chance for us to go in front. And there indeed is the red card for Laporte. And he won't be happy with that. But he was the last man. Who's going to be stepping up? Looks like it's going to be Anthony Martial. There's going to be a change here as well for Manchester City. Now they are down to 10 men. 4.7 match rating for Greenwood. And into the top corner. That was lucky. I didn't think it was even going to make it towards the goal. But it bounces in off the woodwork. And there is the first goal of the match then. Just over an hour gone. It is now Manchester City 0. Manchester United 1. So hopefully we can hold on, get the 3 points. Big game, of course. Manchester City up there as well, battling for the top of the table. But look at that. Goalkeeper did not stand a chance. Beautifully placed there by Bruno Fernandes to score his 8th Premier League goal of this season. We do head into the final 15 minutes here then. And the rain is still pouring down here in Manchester City in possession. They're trying to attack on this near side. Greenwood is chasing Gundogan though. Is he going to chase him to stop this block? He forces him to make that cross. The bounce is there, and the goalkeeper just palms it over the crossbar. It's not been the best of games for Greenwood, but somehow he still remains on the pitch. Lucas Moura it is who has come on for United. 4.9 match rating. That was cleared forward. Is Greenwood going to get to it? He is. But he gives that ball away. He's having an absolutely shocking game today, isn't he? He can't really do anything. And that one kept in play there. Great save from David De Gea. Would have gone out for a corner, I believe. But kept in play. And Manchester United can go on the attack. Is he going to get that one? He is. Well played, Greenwood. And still, Man United have possession. Laid inside there for Fernandes. Now out wide. James finds Bruno Fernandes. Digne crosses. There is Greenwood. Finally, a bit of luck there for Mason Greenwood. He's had an absolutely shocking game, but he jumped up, heads it in, and another head. I think that's his 3rd or 4th headed goal in this series so far. Good ball as well there from Lucas Digne, just chips it up, and as you can see, nobody around Greenwood. Simple header in the end, and that is Manchester United, who are going to be taking the 3 points now. 4th Premier League goal of the season for Mason Greenwood. And will there be time for any more goals in today's game? I don't think there will. We've got 2 minutes remaining of the added time. But here's Manchester City with maybe one last chance. Goodogan lays that one back, but there is McTominay. And Manchester United are going to get this ball clear. So good performance here from United. Maybe one last chance here actually for the Red Devils. Played forward here for Greenwood. He's got teammates in the middle. I was just watching that play out there. But unfortunately the City defence were on that one and they did get it clear. So final whistle blows. Manchester United do take the 3 points in the Manchester derby. 1 goal and 1 assist. He only finished with a 6.2 rating, but still with these goal contributions you can't really grumble. And do we hit 78? We do. We just hit 78 overall. Very, very slightly, but we are now rated 78 overall. And as you can see in the group stages of the Europa League, we've played 5, won 5, only conceded 2 goals, leaving us with 1 more game to play. We are already into the knockout rounds of the Europa League. But at least let's try and finish with a 100% record. Let's make it 6 out of 6. It is going to be Manchester United who get this game underway here at Old Trafford. Nice to be back at home in front of our home fans. And let's see if we can also get another goal for Mason Greenwood. Make it 2 goals out of 2 games in today's episode. That one's played forward and the goalkeeper is going to get that just inside his own area. But it would be nice to get an early goal. We've been playing really well in Europe, if I'm totally honest. The teams that we've come up against have not been totally great, if I'm truthfully honest. This is probably the hardest team in our group right now, AZ Alkmaar. So Man United were the big favourites going into this competition. Can we hold on though all the way towards the final? That's what we want to be doing, lifting the Europa League final at the end of this series. Would be a nice send-off, wouldn't it, for Mason Greenwood? And then obviously we can look forward to starting a new series. Still not decided on who we're going to be going with yet. Continue to keep your suggestions coming in. Man United on the attack here. That's a great ball out wide there for Lucas Moura. What's he going to do? He hits it near post, and as always, those near post efforts somehow find their way into the back of the goal. And 7.5 minutes played here at Old Trafford. It is now Manchester United to lead 1-0. Lucas Moura, signing from Tottenham, of course, former PSG midfielder, getting the first goal of today's game. He did have support if he needed them, but he thought no, he's going to smash it himself. And he did right to do so because he found the back of the net. So there he is, number 7, Lucas Moura. That's his first Europa League goal of this season as we do push forward, looking for a second with Mason Greenwood. He needs to get this cross in. Twisting and turning, keeping possession. Cross does come in far post, headed back towards him though. And Man United do keep possession with Dalot. Now McTominay finds Fred. Remember, Fred did score an absolute worldie not too long ago. And there is Deulofeu. He comes up trumps this time. He missed the sitter in that last match against Manchester City, but he's making up for it today. He's got Manchester United second. 22 minutes played. It is now a nice, comfortable 2-goal lead. So the tension is off. Not that there's really any tension anyway, because we're already through to the knockout stages. But of course, it is always nice to win every game that you play in. And there he is, Gerard Deulofeu, with yet another goal. His 8th European goal so far this year. Absolutely storming season for Deulofeu since he's joined Manchester United. Approaching the half-hour mark. And AZ are at least trying to get themselves a consolation goal. If they do get a goal, obviously we've got an hour to play, so they could always fight their way back into this game. But there's loads of space in front of Mason Greenwood right now. Is he going to find the back of net? He dinks it over the keeper. And there is Deulofeu, who is onside, so that one will count. And less than half an hour played. Manchester United lead 3-0. And Deulofeu with 2 goals, looking for a third. Will he find his hat-trick before the game is out? But what a performance this is turning out to be by Manchester United. Good play here from Mason Greenwood. For a second, I thought he just touched it a little bit too much there. But manages to get the dink over the out-rushing goalkeeper. And there was Deulofeu for another simple tap-in. A lot of his goals have been either rebounds from shots that Mason Greenwood's taken, or just simple rebounds or little dinks like that, which you've just seen him score. We're still looking for a 4th. If we can find a 4th in this first half, AZ Alkmaar. Oh, we do find the 4th. I was going to say AZ Alkmaar are going to be really struggling. But there we go. 4-0. Mason Greenwood getting himself another goal for Manchester United. That's what we like to see. It only increases his stats, of course. Trying to get him as high as possible We've recently just hit 78 overall rating. So obviously that goal there and his performance overall today will be continuing to increase that. He's currently on an 8.8, just gone down to an 8.6, probably because of his poor positioning yet again. Remember, he is a right winger. Well, he's actually a striker, but he's starting as a right winger for Manchester United. We're into the final minute of the game. Can we find this fifth? Cross there by Greenwood and cleared away by AGST, and I think that is going to be about it for this game. We do have one more game to cover in today's episode, guys, so don't go anywhere just yet. And Jamie Vardy is coming on in place of Deulofeu. It's been a while since we've actually seen Vardy. Deulofeu's been scoring so many goals. Jamie Vardy's been on the bench, but he did see a few seconds there. As the final whistle blows, Man United win then 4-0. Let's jump into the third and final game of today's episode. It is at home at Old Trafford, taking on Everton. Man United got to be the favourites yet again, and let's try and get Mason Greenwood in amongst the goals. Can score in each game so far. If we do manage to score here against Everton, scored against City, scored against AZ Alkmaar, and let's try and make it 3 of 3. And it is Man United on the attack early on, which is always nice to see. James with the cross, but there is Mina. He gets the ball clear for Everton, goes out of play for a throw, which is taken short to Fernandez. There's towards Mason Greenwood, and there is another header. And of course, that means it is 3 goals in 3 games then for Mason Greenwood. Bruno Fernandes with an absolutely fantastic assist, and Man United take another early lead, giving us a 1-goal lead, and now Everton have a lot of work to do. But look at that cross and a great run. He had his arm in the air, he was calling for it, and good positional play this time from Greenwood to score his 5th Premier League goal of the season. Will that goal be enough to give us the 3 points? Hopefully it is, but even more so, we want to get a few more goals before the final whistle does blow. We're obviously chasing Liverpool in the Premier League. Still a long way to go in that, especially if Liverpool continue to keep winning all the games that they are playing. Nice 1-2 there between Fernandes and Deulofeu, but Fernandes' shot was saved by the goalkeeper, and he does go out of play for a Manchester United corner. Very unlucky there. A little bit of spin on that one. 7.3 match rating for Greenwood. This corner gets swung in by Bruno Fernandes. Maguire shoots, and it hits the side netting and out for, I think, a goal kick there. So 26 minutes played. It is really all Manchester United so far, and again we're winning it just on the edge of the halfway line. And now Deulofeu laying that one off again. James crosses, and there is Greenwood, but this time he couldn't get in front of the defender fast enough to angle it on target. Good run though, just unlucky, wrong side of the goal there, but that could have been a nice assist as well from James. But we still remain in front, 1-0. We are approaching half time now, just 5 minutes to play in this first period. Mason Greenwood on a 7.5 match rating. Let's try and get another goal. We want to settle the nerves a little bit. Even though we are all over Everton, it would be nice to get that second goal. Here's James. We've got Greenwood at that far post. There is the near post finish though. Yet again, if you shoot at the near post, it seems to be going in. Bruno Fernandes scoring yet again for Manchester United. Another player who I continue to say has been absolutely superb since we have been playing in this series. But it is now Manchester United who lead at Old Trafford, 2-0. And really that should be enough to give us the 3 points. If Mason Greenwood's goal wasn't enough, this one surely should be. There he is, 9th Premier League goal of the season for Bruno Fernandes. Probably one of the main men so far this season, along with Deulofeu and of course the youngster Greenwood. And there is Greenwood winning the ball back for Manchester United in the early stages of this second half. Come on, keep possession, boys. Oh, Greenwood's ran through. He is onside. A chance to make it 3. He slots it past the keeper. As cool as you like, guys. And it is now 3-0. Greenwood scores his second of the game. Can he get a hat-trick? Remember, he's only got 1 hat-trick so far in this series, and that was in his first England international appearance against India. It would be nice to get a hat-trick at Old Trafford. And even better if we can do it right now. But there is the 6th Premier League goal then for Mason Greenwood. Remember, he's only 18 years old. Not sure when his birthday is, actually. He could have turned 19 by now. I'm not sure. But Man United looking dangerous still. Looking for a 4th. Just over half an hour remaining. Nice turn there from Greenwood. And cross is there as well. Header just over the target from Anthony Martial. The Frenchman almost scoring another here for United. And just over, as you can see, goalkeeper was beaten. And in fact, that is the end of Mason Greenwood's game. So with half an hour to play, Man United, they hold on to a 3-0 win, hopefully. But a little bit of training then before we do end. And we'll just have a look at that result, actually, just see if we did win 3-0. I hope you did enjoy the episode, guys. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.